Good afternoon and welcome to the National Weather Service in Atlanta's weekly weather briefing for the week of November 6th. I'm Keith Stellman, the meteorologist in charge. So if we take a look at the key messages in the hazard outlook for the upcoming 7 days, Friday and Saturday we have some scattered to widespread showers coming in late Friday, lingering through Saturday. There is a possibility of some isolated strong to severe storms possible. We'll cover that in a minute. Moving forward beyond that, much colder, much windier Monday and into Tuesday with near record lows and very cold daytime temps coming in on Monday and Tuesday. It will be our first big freeze statewide for the state. There is a chance also of getting a few snow flurries in the North Georgia mountains on Monday and Tuesday. So we'll start by taking a look at the general weather pattern through Saturday. And as you can see from the graphic on the left, there is a front across the mid-Mississippi Valley that will be approaching late Friday into Saturday. Moisture out ahead of it will be moving in, and that will result in a lot of scattered showers and a few storms possible, beginning as early as late Friday through Saturday. There is a chance, again, as I mentioned before, some isolated strong to severe storms cannot be ruled out for late Friday and through Saturday. But also, I want you to take note of that front up across the northern plains from Minnesota back into Montana. That is going to be the Arctic front that moves in on Monday that we'll have to watch, and we'll cover here in a minute. Let's take a closer look at the storm and rain potential for Friday and Saturday. What you see on the left-hand side is the Storm Prediction Center outlooks for both Friday and Saturday, with Friday being on the top left. That period from late Friday night through early Saturday is what will cover a lot of that northwestern portion of the state of Georgia. And the graphic on the bottom is for much of Saturday, including early Saturday morning. There is a low end risk of some isolated to strong severe storms with anything that does develop. The primary hazards with any of those storms will be damaging wind gusts. However, we cannot rule out that there won't be a tornado, even though the risk is overall very low. Here's just a little preview of one of the models that is forecasting what the radar might look like. This loop runs from about 8 p.m. on Friday to 7 a.m. on Saturday. The best chances for a strong storm will be on late Friday across far northwest Georgia. And you can see that early in this loop with storms that are approaching from the northwest. And then early on Saturday across middle Georgia, you can see when we end this loop around 7 a.m. Saturday morning, there are a few storms across central and southeast Georgia. A few of those showers may linger through late in the afternoon on Saturday. Here's a look at the rainfall forecast for the next 5 days. The highest rainfall totals are expected across the northern portions of the state, with totals of anywhere from ½ an inch up to an inch possible. Areas along and south of I-20 will generally see around ¼ of an inch or less with this next system. However, some isolated areas could get higher amounts with some of the stronger storms that develop, as I was just showing on the previous slide. Now let's transition over to the next hazard that we're going to be facing over the next week, when that is the cold temperatures that will be approaching on Monday. What you're looking at here is the chances of at least 32 degrees or less from about Sunday night through Wednesday afternoon, and what period that would occur in. The primary period where we will be the coldest is that period from Monday night into Tuesday morning. And you can see that by 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, there's a near 100% probability across all of our major sites of at least 32 degrees. It will be colder than that, more than likely. We are forecasting colder than that, but you can see that's where the primary area is focused. The coldest conditions of the season are expected with this. It will be near record cold. We will be approaching some of the records at some of these sites that we're forecasting, and confidence is very high that the low to mid 20s will be on tap for early Tuesday morning. So what to do? Obviously, we want you to stay aware of the latest forecast, including any freeze warnings that we issue over the weekend. Have a plan for protecting outdoor plants and animals. And of course, this weekend will be a good time to start protecting any exposed pipes. Those colder temperatures will be moving in during the day on Monday. Windy and cold conditions will be arriving. What I'm showing you on the left is the forecast high temperatures on Monday, which may occur earlier in the day. And then we're expecting temperatures to remain steady during the afternoon or falling with windy conditions. The graph you see on the right-hand side is the temperature forecast at numerous sites, ranging from about Sunday at 6 o'clock all the way until Tuesday night. And you can see that period of falling temps overnight Sunday night into Monday, with a little bit of either steady or slightly rising temps Monday afternoon to maybe near 40 degrees, maybe just above 40, which means we'll be hanging around in the 30s much of the day on Monday. And then the temperatures will rapidly fall as we get later in the afternoon Monday into the 20s across much of the area on Tuesday morning. Speaking of Tuesday morning, here is the forecast currently for the lows on Tuesday morning. On the left-hand side, you can see a lot of lower to middle 20s, maybe some upper 20s as you get either inside the city of Atlanta metro areas, but mainly mid 20s to lower 20s across the far northwest. So again, we want you to protect those exposed pipes, take precautions beginning this weekend. And then, of course, also dress appropriately and expect wind chills in the teens to low 20s area-wide on Monday and into Tuesday. On the right-hand side, you can see the minimum wind chill values expected from Monday into Tuesday morning, with teens to low 20s appearing at most sites. Chances of snow flurries. Yes, there are a few models that are showing that we could have some snow flurries in the mountains of North Georgia, mainly later on Monday into the overnight hours. We are not expecting any impacts. However, a few light flurries and or light snow is possible Monday evening through Tuesday morning for the highest elevations of North and Northwest Georgia. And what you're looking at on the screen here are the model chances of at least seeing some flurries to light snow. And that ranges anywhere from 20 to maybe as high as 40% across far North Georgia. Here's a look at the temperature forecast for the next 7 days. On the left-hand side is the max temperatures. On the right-hand side is the minimum temperatures. It will be a roller coaster with temperatures reaching into the upper 70s on Friday and Saturday, maybe even touching 80 at a few sites, followed by the quick drop late on Sunday and high temperatures in the lower 40s, even a few 30s appearing on Monday, and temps in the upper 40s to near 50 on Tuesday. Likewise, we see the temperature roller coaster on the minimum temps on the right-hand side, with temps bottoming out Tuesday morning with some lower to middle 20s appearing across many sites in North Georgia. Taking a look at the drought update that was issued today, we can see that an area of D3 remains across portions of west central Georgia, and then a good portion of South Georgia is in the D3 range. Rainfall has remained well below normal since early September, and the rainfall that we are expecting will probably not have much of a substantial improvement on the drought update for next week either. And then taking a look at the 6 to 10 day period, here is the temperature forecast and the precipitation forecast for the 6 to 10 day period, which is November 11th to the 15th, basically the middle to late part of next week. And you can see that we're going to favor maybe a below normal on the temperature side, and that alludes back to the temperatures that I showed you for next week. And then on the precip side, it looks like it's going to be relatively dry, so we will be more than likely below normal on the precip for next week. Of course, if you have any questions, by all means, reach out to us at any one of the means that you see on the screen. That concludes this week's weather briefing.